What is up? Hello, hello, hello. Ben 10 Trap Remix is crazy. You're crazy, buddy. Alright. You read the title, hopefully. Goten's Time to Shine. Apparently, this is a fan manga dubbed by Mondo. Cool. Shout out Mondo. Cool. He was the dubber slash video editor for the Dragon Ball AF manga. He's done a lot of those, so shout out Mondo. Really cool guy. He gave me permission to do AF. I don't know. He said react to whatever I want, so I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna check out New Hope too. So that's what we're here to do. Dragon Ball New Hope, Part 1. Gohan fails against Cell, a new protagonist. I kind of got spoiled on that. Spoiler alert. It's in the title. The new protagonist is supposed to be Goten. So, yeah. Ramble out of the way. Let's go ahead and get into it.
When Gohan was initially called upon to defeat Cell,
This goes
there was
hard.
much speculation he would take the reins from his father as the lead protagonist of the series. Though we know now this not to be the case. What if it was neither he or Goku to take the primary focus moving forward? What if someone else, albeit familiar to us today, were given a much more prominent role than they currently play?
Then the editors wouldn't have let Toriyama touch the series. They would have been like, sir, that's a bad idea.
As the young Super Saiyan 2 falls to his knees in defeat, having let his own hubris get the better of him. Goku steps up to teleport Cell off the planet before he can unleash.
You know, I was thinking about going back and redoing the Gohan thing. And I didn't even mention his hubris at all. That's like a big part of his character too. He's kind of a cocky guy. Every time he gets strong, it's always his downfall. Sorry. Anyway, let's go.
Earth-destroying kamikaze attack. With his final words, he glances back at his son to smile. He's proud of him. And as we're aware, he takes him to King Kai.
And he dies for a season. Not even.
While the group floats above Snake Way, Kaiosama would alert his former student his plan failed, and Cell still lives.
Okay, so far it's 1-to-1 from what happened.
First cutting down Trunks.
Yeah. And Vegeta gets angry.
Vegeta sent into a maddening rage at the sight of his fallen son.
He does his standard Vegeta attack. Fails. What? Where's the deviation? Okay.
Gohan calls for the others to protect themselves from his furious onslaught.
Oh.
Krillin doesn't even understand how this is the same Vegeta as before. His power is far higher than he's felt previously.
It's still the same.
Piccolo reasons the
We're just getting a recap of
his own son murdered before his eyes was enough to push him past his limits. He screams for Cell to reveal himself from the debris.
I've seen this a billion
He's
times.
not finished with him yet.
Yep, Cell rushes in, one-shots him. Yep. Oh, it's a knee this time. That's different.
Although surpassing his limits, it's still not near enough for this enemy. In deciding this beating was too little, the villain scowls. As usual, you're so pitiful you can't even honor the memory of your tragically deceased son.
Okay, that was added. Oh. Okay, now it's different. He actually beats Cell? Up? Kinda? Oh, no, there it is. Okay, yeah, now it's back to...
Getting one final hit
what is happening?
Android. Cell is shocked the Saiyan was able to leave a mark. Though in the grand scheme of things, it's merely a simple setback.
Right.
As here the prince lies,
and he goes for his attack.
Half dead. His little rise of power was only the most subtle of flickers of a dying flame. Bellowing is time to die.
Goes for the block.
Naturally, Gohan shields Vegeta from what would be a fatal blast, which their foe admits he didn't expect. Now it'll be easier than ever to do away with Gohan, now that his right arm is pretty much useless.
Hey, I gotta say, the redraw for this part looks pretty good.
The final beam struggle would soon commence. from Otherworld via King Kai. Goku encourages his son he still has much energy left within him, and he must unleash all of his strength. But the boy is at the end of his rope.
Wait, is this where it
His body is
deviates?
suffering too much. He apologizes to his dad. Cell is too strong and he can't keep up anymore. Vegeta can sense the same. The power difference between he and Cell is too great.
Okay,
this is the end.
This is the version where they're all
Goku shouts for Gohan
fucking
not to give
depressed
up.
or whatever.
Cell is set on finishing this here and now.
Because Vegeta's supposed to rush in, give some assistance. Gohan's supposed to get angry and let it all out. Oh god. Damn. Damn. Oh fuck, did they kill Gohan?
With that push,
Yo.
the young Saiyan is no more.
Oh fuck, they really did it. Alright.
Clenching his fist,
Gohan fails
Goku
against
pleads
Cell.
for the
I didn't think
forgiveness
he'd
of his friends
die.
and
Holy
family.
shit.
This is all his fault.
Damn.
His victory all but assured. The villain cackles. The final hope of Earth has gone up in smoke. The end is
What do we
near for
do?
these remaining vermin. Even though he used a lot of energy against Son Gohan, they still don't stand a chance in his wake. He will annihilate them all.
Yeah, he's nothing to stop him. GG. Damn, he's really just sliming everyone out. Fuck. He said he'd destroy Earth if he won, not
all the
fucking
Z-fighters have perished.
just murder them. I mean, either way it happened,
Or-
but
Almost all of them.
what?
Cell's amazed to see Krillin of all warriors is still breathing. Quite the feat for such a
Bro,
fragile.
wait. Did they all get the same attack too? How did Krillin just
Come on.
tank that? Krillin's a fucking G. Oh my god, bro. Piccolo died, Vegeta died? Holy shit.
Following that single blast, all the Z-fighters have perished. Or almost all of them. Cell's amazed to see Krillin of all warriors is still breathing. Quite the feat
Let's
for
go,
such a fragile
Krillin.
being. But now it's time for him to join his comrades. As something else catches his attention. 18. Krillin can already tell what he's thinking and pleads with the monster to kill him in her place. Just leave
Wait.
her alone. He mutters that Son Goku is dead, and he himself has reached his perfect form. This
Oh,
android
okay.
has no
I was
further
gonna
purpose
say, what
of
happens if he
existing.
absorbs her again?
Screaming for Cell to stop.
Damn.
Satisfied with his most recent kill, he takes a dark pleasure in doing away with obsolete technology. The final
is fucked
Z-fighter
up.
sobs
Bro,
for what
this
has
is
been
not
lost
like
today,
Cell at all.
cursing that Cell has murdered everyone who was willing to sacrifice themselves. So just blow up the Earth already and get it over with.
Right.
But this confuses the android, asking, "Blow up the Earth? That's not my goal."
So they're just
Thanks to
changing
Goku
Cell's
and his
character.
instantaneous movement technique.
Oh.
He has but entire galaxies to destroy. So with that, he'll be leaving the Earth, though not before completely devastating it and
That's
its
dumb
people.
as fuck. I'm
As
gonna
for
be
Krillin,
honest. Hold on.
to lo-
Why would they change that just because he learns instant transmission? He's like, yeah, now I'm just not gonna kill the Earth. Alright. That's plot as hell.
lower himself to such a level would be an insult to his perfection. He will allow him to continue living his miserable existence in fear and shame.
Yeah, you
Not
fucked up,
losing
buddy.
his resolve completely. Krillin warns he will pay for this. With a wave, he promises they'll meet again soon.
Alright, here's the game plan. Krillin
Leaving
gathers
his
the Dragon
office
Balls,
at the
wishes
Earth
everyone
check-in
back.
station. Goku is seen pleading with Enma about something.
That's-
Who beckons if the Saiyan can
that's what we
see
need to
he's
do, that's
busy?
all.
This Cell figure just decimated half the population of Earth, and now he's the one stuck with the consequences. The answer is no. Even though he died defending the Earth, the sheer number of bad things he's done prevents him from going to heaven or retaining his body. Though seeming to have some sort of revelation, he does feel the death of his young son changes things a bit.
Bro,
It would
what
be
the
a lot
fuck
of
is
work to
King
find a
Yemma
suitable
yapping
mentor.
about?
He
Bad
resolves to
things that
accept Goku's
Goku's done?
proposition, but at the first
I'm
offense,
talking about the
he
same
goes
Goku?
straight to hell. Our happy-go-lucky hero gleefully thanks the ethereal judge for his decision. As
This
he
guy?
spouts, "See, Vegeta, I told you." Though even in the afterlife, the prince laments his rival still has to find
Oh.
ways to humiliate him,
He's
and
talking
he
about
will
Vegeta,
pay for
okay.
this. As it becomes evident,
We
Cell
know
may
who-
have had some
I don't
foresight on
even
his own
fucking know.
future had he let poor little Trunks here come
This
to
is
age.
so confusing.
However, Dende and Popo remain safe, high on the lookout, whether an oversight or not.
Wait, did Cell kill a baby?
On his own
That's
future,
fucked
had he
up.
let poor little Trunks here come to age. However, Dende and Popo remain safe, high on the lookout,
Cell
whether an
killed a
oversight
baby.
or not. The gang still have the Dragon Balls. Just as they're about to summon Shenron, Goku hollers for him to wait. He has to talk to him first. They're all in Otherworld with King Kai, and he thinks it would be wiser to let things flow naturally and accept their defeat against Cell.
Trunks is holding his baby
again,
self.
but Kaio-sama is right. After all, Trunks came from the future to warn them about the androids. After that came an even bigger threat. It's not an easy call to make, but they're all gonna stay here. While Krillin is wearily in disbelief.
What?
Bulma screams at him if he's kidding. They can't leave him like this. Her baby boy and parents all died when Cell blew up West City. Stepping up to speak with her himself, Vegeta assures the boy is safe in Otherworld with him. And the Kai isn't wrong. To revive the Earthlings could alert Cell if he felt that much energy suddenly return. If he came back, there would be no stopping him and she'd lose everyone all over again. Given the Earth's
Then just wish back the baby and the mom and dad. What? This is fucked up. Just tell Shenron, hey, wish back these 3 motherfuckers, and that's it. Because that's something you could do. And if you can't, try Porunga. He has 3 wishes, right? And he can bring back 1 person each time. Boom, boom, boom. Get the baby back on Earth. This is fucked up. Don't leave him in fucking heaven.
warriors are gone.
It ain't very
He doesn't
heaven-like
think
up
he'll
there.
come back, so she'll be safe. But with himself, the Saiyan race dies. He thanks her for everything
Bro's
she's
just
done,
chilling in outer
bidding her
space,
a
pretty
final
much.
farewell. Though she knows his words are true, it doesn't do anything to ease the pain.
Bro, poor Bulma. That's so
7
dumb.
years have passed since Cell left the Earth. Mankind still suffers from the devastation he left behind. But life finally resumed to what could be called a new normal. The world was at peace. With Krillin and Roshi, the news talks about how the capital of East City has finally finished reconstruction. It was the last known location to be ravaged by the monster known as Cell.
Let's go.
The Kami student curses the android responsible for all this. His teacher quells he calm himself. He knows it's a difficult fate to accept, but they have to move forward. And he knows, he just can't shake the memory that during his rampage of West City, baby Trunks, Cell has just caused so much misery.
Bro,
Timer
that's
knows
fucked
how
up.
he feels, only hoping
Cell
Bulma's
killed a
doing
baby.
okay. But the warrior must stop beating himself up over this. Even though Cell spared him, he couldn't have done anything to prevent this disaster. Of course.
Well.
If only Goku and Gohan
Well.
were still here.
That's not necessarily true. It is kind of your fault that he achieved perfection in the first place, so all of this could have been prevented by you.
But they refuse to be brought back to life, and they must respect that decision. When a ship zeroes in on Kame House. With that knock on the door, a terrible, dark, long-forgotten presence is finally felt.
Bro, why are they doing
Chi-Chi,
Chi-Chi
of
like
course,
this?
who
This
happily
is fucked
chores.
up.
Long time no see. Asking if they're still in front of that TV.
This is like her most chill arc, and they're like, oh
What
no,
a
the
sad
beast is
sight for two
coming.
martial arts masters,
Kind of messed
of
up.
who offer a less
Okay,
warm
never mind.
greeting.
This is the Chi-Chi without
One that doesn't
Gohan.
go unnoticed. This causes her to snarl. They should see the look on their faces. They appear as if they've just seen Cell. But no, it's not that. She shouldn't be silly. They're just surprised to see her is all. Wondering what brings her here after all
Damn, do
these
they
years.
really not talk after
Though she
Goku
knows
died?
they won't be surprised to hear she's not here to catch up or ask how they're doing. She's here
Damn.
because she needs their help. Catching their curiosity. Roshi beckons if she has some
No
furniture
way.
or something heavy to
Goten,
move. Krillin here would be
Roshi,
happy to take
training
care of
arc.
it. But she tells him not to be stupid, as if she'd be here for such a futile manner. It's a long story, but if they follow her outside, they'll soon understand. Quickly walking out to the ship, she calls for someone to come out. Krillin is now confused what exactly she's planning to show him. But upon entering, there's only an empty bed. But Chi-Chi knows
Oh.
he was here just a minute ago.
Bro's playing with the
pair
turtle.
begin to believe these hard times may have begun to take a toll on her mental state. Krillin presses that there's nobody
Yo.
else here besides the 3 of them.
Yeah, Goku, Chi-Chi's going insane without her child down here. Maybe just wish him back. Like,
She's had a long journey. Maybe she should rest a bit. When the voice of a child chimes, he thinks she's looking for him. With that uncanny face and hair, they wonder if this could actually be Goku. Chi-Chi scolds Goten had her worried and to get back over here now. Who,
It's
much
Timmy!
like his father, giggles that he just had to pee. Taking him by the hand, he fusses that he isn't a baby anymore and to let him go.
Yeah.
As the situation progresses,
This is cool,
Roshi now
Goten.
sees it
This
must
is
be
the
Goku's
Goten
son,
that
though
the
he could have
fans
sworn it was
wanted.
Goku himself at first
Goku,
glance.
fuck him, kill him.
Krillin wonders how this could
Gohan,
be.
fuck it, kill
When
him
his master
too.
chuckles,
All the
he
other
must still have a
Saiyans,
bit to learn
fucking
about
fodder
life.
as well.
The staggering
We need
resemblance to
Goten,
Goku
main
must mean this
character
little one
time.
was
Let's
born only a
fucking
few
go.
months after the Cell Games.
This is what I'm waiting for.
Introducing what appears to be a much less coy Goten. His mother urges he introduce himself properly to his dad's
Hey, he doesn't have his
friends,
friend Trunks.
who eagerly states, "Hi, I'm Goten.
He's the
I'm
only
6.5
child.
years old and I love fighting and video games. Nice
Fuck
to meet
yeah.
you." The others return his greeting, pointing out how much he looks like his dad. Chi-Chi admits that sometimes it feels like
this
she's
is
looking
cool
at Goku
Goten.
in his youth. The hermit now sees the reason for her visit, though can't help but ask what caused her to wait all these years. Which should be
Right?
obvious to the both of them. Neither one of them are good role models. They would have shown the same bad influences as they did on Gohan. But she didn't merely bring Goten here for them to finally meet. She wants them to train him. With
Saw
the
that
vast
coming.
majority of Z-Fighters gone for good. Arguably the most overlooked character in all of Dragon Ball. Maybe Earth's most promising hope.
Alright. They kind of had to change some characters entirely to make this happen, but the setup, you know, a bit rough here and there. But it's done. The setup is in. So let's just see how they work with it.
Last time on Dragon Ball New Hope, with Gohan unable to overcome Cell's
Alright, we
immense
don't need the
power,
last time, we just saw
the
this.
entire she wanted bewildered by Chi-Chi's request. Krillin remembers she wanted Gohan to become a great scientist or something. Why would she want them to train Goten for? Crossing her arms, she knows that the world is at peace. But since Cell left all those years ago, she can't shake this bad feeling she has he'll come back. And on that day, the world will need a hero. Goten isn't like his brother was. He only likes fighting and isn't interested in his stuff.
They also changed Chi-Chi a little bit. Maybe that's because Gohan and Goku are dead. I don't know. But originally she was like, no, Cell's gonna kill the Earth. Fuck it, you need to study. Like, she didn't give a fuck.
Though the boy objects, he does also like video games. And if he's being honest, Krillin has had the same feeling regarding Cell. However, he doubts he himself can shape the kid into a fighter capable of beating him. Even Goku and Gohan couldn't do anything. She retorts not to worry about Goten. She's been training him herself, and he's much stronger than they think. But he's still young. Goku and Gohan went through fights to the death to reach such levels. Chi-Chi huffs Gohan was only 4 when Piccolo trained him, and to just fight Goten himself and he'll see. The mere mention of a fight is enough to make the child's hair stand on end.
His eyes are a bit fucky, but I can dig him.
Roshi urges him to do as she says. It's Goku's son they're talking about. Though the former student doesn't know what to think of this. He reminds Krillin he's been training for the last 7 years like never before. Look at this as a test. This gets Goten excited. He beckons. For real? We're gonna fight? Please say yes, Mr. Baldi. But
Damn.
for starters, he can call him Krillin. But he wins. They can do a little bit of training. Mirroring his father's enthusiasm,
Alright,
he
let's
jumps
see
into
it.
the
Chi-Chi
air
trained
ecstatic.
Goten
Roshi jostles, he thinks he should
versus
go easy on
7-year
him,
training
though.
arc
If he hurts him,
Krillin.
Chi-Chi could kill him. But this was his idea. Chi-Chi tells her son it's
Pull out
important
a
to stay
Kian
hydrated
song and just
before
end the
training,
match
and to
right there,
remember what she
Krillin.
told him before coming
Solar
here.
flare,
This sight
Kian
takes the
song.
old-timer back
Pick his
almost
body
30
into
years
the
ago.
ocean.
The
Chi-Chi
resemblance
will
with his
never
father
know.
is uncanny, almost troubling. Goten inquires if his mother is planning to fight too.
Okay, not the diss on the art or anything, but like, what is happening with their faces? Is this like AI upscaled or something? Or did they just scribble that one in? I don't know.
But she doesn't think so. However, she doesn't want either of them to damage the ship Bulma gave her. So she capsules it up for now.
Because the up close panels
Krillin
look really
has to
good.
point out that Chi-Chi used to hate fighting so
Maybe
much.
they just don't want to
It's
do the
surprising
distance
to see how
detail.
much she's changed. But instead of rambling, he
I'm
should be
not an
focusing
artist,
on
I don't know.
Goten. It wouldn't be wise to underestimate him. Remembering who he's talking to, he apologizes, stating he seems well trained. The young boy gets in a quick
I don't think Krillin's forehead is big enough. That's what's throwing me off. Weird.
He apologizes.
Also, his ears are
stating
too
he
small.
seems well trained. The young boy gets in a quick stretch with his left leg. Or is it his right? He always gets them mixed up.
Okay.
He questions if Mr. Krillin here is ready, and is sorry to say, he doesn't look really strong. But he just wait and see. The turtle student dares him to
Why
land
are
just
all
a
of
single
Goku's
hit.
kids so cocky? Oh shit, okay. Okay, fuck. They're going in. Alright. Goten goes for a left or right kick. I also don't know. I don't know my left and right either. Either way, Krillin slips that shit pretty easily. Then he goes for another left, big down, and Krillin slips it again. Goes for a stomp, it looks like? Flurry, kick, left, and then he goes for a stomp attack. Krillin also just flies up, dodges again. He rushes in. Dude, Krillin's just dodging everything.
So far, it appears that Krillin's years of experience trumps the raw talent of Goten.
He's also a
He compliments he's
7-year-old,
keeping up,
so...
and that's good. But the boy flies into a fury at not being able to land a single finger on his opponent, shouting, what does he mean keeping up? All he's doing is disappearing. So far, he's only fought his mom and the dinosaurs on Mount Paozu, and that was a lot more fun than fighting him. He doesn't even know how to fight. Then it hits Krillin. Goten can't sense the power gap between them, which makes sense that he can't sense ki if only his mother has trained him. After all, she doesn't possess that ability, but it's pretty easy to learn.
I don't even think this guy knows how
This
to
only
use
enrages
ki.
Chi-Chi as well. She grunts for the warrior not to underestimate her, before bellowing to her son to forget what she said earlier. Which comes to his great surprise. She told him he could never, but she affirms it's completely fine this time.
Oh,
Giggling,
shit.
the young fighter states
Super
this changes
Saiyan,
everything, and
flight.
it's time for round 2.
Oh my god. Doesn't even matter the timeline. Still the youngest Super Saiyan.
To Krillin's sheer astonishment, and pretty much our expectation, this version of Goten
Right.
has also unlocked Super Saiyan at a very early stage in life. His mother cackles to know if they're surprised. She told them he was strong.
Well, actually, Chi-Chi, I'm not surprised, because the later introduced concept is S-cells. And S-cells mean that if a Super Saiyan unlocks the genes of Super Saiyan and they have a baby, that baby will be more susceptible to being able to unlock Super Saiyan. Sorry.
They seem to forget she also knows a thing or two about martial arts. Although she just can't let this go. This shouldn't be possible. Sticking up her nose, Chi-Chi reveals, to be fair, she simply took away his video games and this was the result.
Damn.
A bit confused by the chatter, Goten asks,
In the original one, she fucking decked her kid in the face, and that's when he got mad. But in this, she's took away his games, and now he's Super Saiyan. That kind of ruins it, I'm not gonna lie.
what that super thing is they're talking about. But getting ignored, he decides since no one wants to answer, they can just get back to the fight.
Oh, Krillin might be in trouble now. Oh!
Pleading for him to wait. Goten doesn't heed the request and Krillin is slugged in the face.
Ouch.
The little brat bellows out in laughter at the thought of a one-hit knockout. He never even saw him coming. While her son cheers in the background, Chi-Chi notices Krillin isn't moving. Could he be? Finally standing,
Okay.
Roshi panically
I was gonna
asks
say,
if
no
he's
way.
okay. But he tells him not to worry. He then scolds Goten that it's not really fair to plan to attack an opponent by surprise, especially when he's a Super Saiyan.
yes.
Fortunately, he was able to accommodate and raise his power in
Quite
time.
ungracious
In one
of you,
ear and out
Gohan.
the other.
Or
Goten only
Goten.
takes curiosity, and Super Saiyan is what this form is called. His mom just calls it being a little runt or delinquent. Anyway, if he's still standing, that means he's not as bad as he thought. Meanwhile, the old-timer finds it weird Krillin took that punch head on, but doesn't
Why?
really seem to be hurting. Who smirks to admit his
Why are we
opponent is the
surprised by
youngest
this?
Super Saiyan he's ever seen.
Just think about it. The Super Saiyan, from what we know, maybe is a 50 times multiplier base form. Goten's base form can't be super high at this point because he hasn't done enough training to get very high, right? He's fought Chi-Chi and some dinosaurs. Go Timmy, yes sir. I forgot what I was saying. That Go Timmy threw me off. Anyway, his power level, right? It's not very high, even with that 50 times multiplier. Krillin's by this point is actually pretty fucking insane. Especially in this fan manga where he tanked an attack from Cell that killed Vegeta, Trunks, Piccolo. Of course he can
But
take
he's
on
also the
a
weakest.
Super Saiyan that's 7 years
And
old.
it's time for round
Shit
3.
ain't shit. Krillin would probably win this
Unleashing a
fight.
times 10
Unless they...
Kaioken. It wasn't known to the others until now
Oh,
he even
what?
knew such a technique.
Yeah.
The power he's
Okay.
letting out is incredible. His former master wonders,
When did you
what kind
die
of
and
training
learn
he
it?
underwent to reach such a level.
Right.
He explains that during his trip to Otherworld, which is a child-friendly way of saying after Frieza killed him, King Kai taught him the basics of the technique. When he
Right.
got wished back to life, he mostly disregarded using it in any
Dang.
practical way because he
I
thought
forgot
it
they
was too
did wait
weak.
like a year to bring him
Regardless of the
back. He had some
circumstances,
time up
he
there.
questions if Goten is ready to continue with their training. And as some kids will do, he brushes this off as nothing. He's red now, so what?
It's just kind of weird he didn't, use it during the Android arc, the Cell arc, any of the fights in there where it maybe would have been useful, like against Cell, or the androids.
All it means is this time
Anyway,
he'll have no
he had
excuse.
it the whole time, apparently. Alright, dodge. Counter, but Goten blocks, too. Krillin's going for... Oh, I think he's just blocking Goten's returns right here. Goten rushes back in. Oh, man. Oh. Invisible key wave. Knock him back.
The life experience once again proving superior. The turtle student realizes Goten is already tired. He hasn't mastered his Super Saiyan transformation at all yet.
They did SSJ in
With this,
manga.
he tells him
Doesn't
to
look
return
right.
to his base form. That's enough for today. But he screams, it's not over! Powering up, the boy's ki rises dramatically. He vows to show his adversary he's not tired. It's
Oh, he
only
does
too
know
bad
ki.
He hasn't had time to name this attack yet.
Just call it the
The
Goten
blast
attack.
of
That's
this level
literally
would be
what
far
your
too dangerous
counterpart
around
does.
here.
Yes, sir. Easy deflect. I know he's fighting a 7-year-old, but this is a Super Saiyan 7-year-old.
Deflecting it into the ocean. Krillin utters it's only lucky he took some of the force on himself. Otherwise, the entire island would have been submerged. To have this kind of power at
He's
such
island
a young
level?
age is crazy.
Okay. Dude, he's island level, and these people are surprised that Krillin can hang. Bro, Krillin is like minimum star level at this point.
The others are left in a stunned silence. The child is completely gassed out. Realizing he missed, he collapses, promising next time he'll win. Swooping in,
Night,
the Mother
night.
Hawk frantically tries to bring her son back to consciousness. Krillin presses she not worry. He's only exhausted himself from using so much energy. Though she can't help but devolve into a sobbing
Krillin,
mess
run.
crying this is all her fault and she's so sorry that she did this to her
Oh,
baby.
accountability
Again,
from Chi-Chi?
Krillin assures he will
They
be
are
okay
changing
and
her
open his eyes
character.
soon. He guesses she actually hasn't changed that much after all. Roshi excitedly shouts the Turtle School has a new pupil. He wonders if Goku knows about Goten. Is this his final gift to humanity? A new hope.
They said it.
Once Goten had recovered, Chi-Chi and Krillin agreed upon getting training 2 weeks per month. The time for the first goodbyes.
I'm noticing a lot of tracing going on as well, which with the inconsistent detailing when it's at a distance. Who made this? I'm curious. I don't know. Dragon Ball is no way. The review of this fan manga, made unofficial or unavailable manga, falls under fair use, and any abuse will be fought. You hear that? Dragon Balls is fair use. Anyway, whoever drew it, I
The
don't
boy's mother tells him not to
I don't know what they were
cry.
doing
She will be
sometimes.
back
It's
for
a
him
bit weird
soon.
to me.
And
But
not
again,
to forget
I'm
to
not an
call her
artist.
every day. Taking off and finally letting the tears flow herself. A new adventure has begun. But very soon, the young Saiyan will discover he may be
Goten
in for
training
more than he
arc.
bargained for. As he finds out they don't have any video games. Over the next year,
Yes, sir. Turtle Hermit
Goten would
training.
undergo the same training as Krillin and his father. By the time he was
Aw.
about 8 years old, all it took was a single day to get him flying. His mentor is really amazed by
I mean, he already
this.
knew Ki,
Even
so-
after 2 years, this kid never ceases to amaze him. It was a good idea to force him to train at minimum.
Dang, they waited 2 years to make to learn how to fly, bro. He knew ki from the get-go. That would have been the first thing I taught him. What?
Power to make him harden his body and mind. Now that he's perfectly mastered his ki, they can take their training to the next level.
Hey, you hear that? He perfectly mastered it.
Learning
You
the
know what that means?
Kamehameha.
He could do some crazy shit.
He unfortunately damages
telekinesis.
Not to be the only one doing some learning. He brings his video games to teach Krillin how to play.
Let's go.
Though doing a fourth turn to the left, comboed with a punch to perform a Hadouken doesn't make a lot of sense to the martial arts master. With their training going even better than expected, what surprises are still in store for our heroes?
Yo, Goten actually sounds goated on the sticks. He knows combos.
Will sense the new rising power on Earth? Or even worse, will Bobbity make his way to our little blue world?
I low-key forgot about that guy. But I think we got our answer right there. This video is sponsored. Oh no. Sponsored. W sponsor. Alright, one more.
Last time on Dragon Ball New Hope.
Why is there the bar there? There we go.
Hope. Getting knocked down a peg. Goten was taught the hard way. Lightly is left to 77. Heights will he reach? You're 777. Or about 10 years after the Cell Games. Goten and Krillin land in the middle of what appears to be a wasteland. The former questions if they're there yet, which they are. This is where they're going to train. Asking the obvious, Goten is curious why they traveled all the way out here to do that. Couldn't they have just stayed on Grandpa Roshi's island instead? But not for this
Grandpa Roshi.
Today will be special. He's allowing the child to transform into a Super Saiyan, resulting in a more than excited reaction. It's been forever since he's been allowed to use it.
They've been depriving this man of Super Saiyan for like 3 years.
believes a student is strong enough now to manage it properly. Though, after all these years, he wonders if he still knows how to transform. If he can't, it'll be Krillin's fault. His teacher laughs this off, doubting he could ever forget how to do it. He already told him it was important for him to learn the basics of martial arts before wielding the power of Super Saiyan. He ushers him to step back a little and transform.
Why didn't they just wait to give him Super Saiyan then? If, like, he unlocked it because he was getting his video games taken away, they could have just waited in general. Doesn't make sense.
So, he screams out, but nothing happens. Only a bit of dust kicks into the air. He worriedly inquires what's wrong. Why isn't he changing? Sporting a devilish grin, he throws his hands to his head shouting, "No, no, no! I can't!" He was right. It's all Krillin's fault because he wouldn't let him use it over the last 3 years. And look what happened. What will they do now? Panicked, he never thought he could actually forget how to transform. Though the boy just laughs that he fell for it, and enough playing around.
Good troll,
Goten, not to
you're
look at him like that.
hilarious.
He's kidding. How could he forget something so easy? Feeling his ki.
See, what's going on here? What is going on here? I'm, again, not an artist. What?
Feeling his ki. Krillin hasn't even taught him how to boost his strength in short bursts yet, but his power is already so high. Unbelievable. This information isn't lost on the student. He wonders himself how he got so freakishly strong. He guesses all that useless training finally paid off after all. Since they have said training, supposes he'll take that as a compliment.
See, this looks more like Krillin.
With this, the child's cocky
Bigger
nature
forehead,
also
bigger
returns.
ears.
He cackles. It looks like he's much, much stronger than him now. Talk about surpassing the master. Rubbing his nose, he asks if he's speechless. He smiles. His student is as arrogant as ever. The power of Super Saiyan is still going to his head. So it's time for today's
My
lesson.
young pupil, yeah, that's what Krillin would say. Oh shit.
Unveiling Kaioken.
Wait 1 second.
Times 20. The young prodigy wasn't counting on this. Krillin
Times
states
20,
this is
god
peak
damn.
Kaioken. It's kind of funny. His soon-to-be opponent appears much less confident all of a sudden, mockingly asking if something's wrong. The taunt aggravates him. With this darn times 20 multiplier, he's undoubtedly stronger here. But it doesn't matter. He calls out that he kept this new power to himself, and now he thinks he's the best because he's letting out a little more energy. Krillin is the one who taught him power alone isn't enough to win, and today, he will only prove that. Which is exactly what his master wanted to hear, though not to expect him to go easy on him.
Alright, let's do it. Alright. Clash, 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 reset. Invisible key wave from Krillin. Goten, god damn it. Goten dodges. Goes for a return flurry. Krillin blocks. Krillin blocking still. Ooh, gets him with one of them. Tries to return. Goten slips. Goten goes for a kick. Lands square in the face. Ooh, Krillin got a little angy. Return with his own left. But does Goten dodge? Nope. Hits him. Boots him. Flies after. Ooh. Goten composes. Gives him a kick. Krillin does the block. Ooh. Goten gets him with a good right. There we go. He's changing the fight around. Ooh. No, they're dead even. Krillin returns back with a kick. Ki barrage. Ooh. Goten slips that ki blast.
Goten
Wow.
exhales, he really isn't going easy on him. He didn't think he could match his own speed. Who tells a student he's become an incredible warrior? If he wasn't going all out, Krillin wouldn't have stood a chance against him while he's using Super Saiyan. However, boosting one's speed by drawing from their power only makes his hits a lot weaker. But the child only rolls his eyes at what Mr. Know-It-All has to say, causing Krillin to wonder if he actually ever listens to his advice. But Goten screams he doesn't need his advice and already knows how to win this fight. He better get ready because he won't be able to escape his ultimate combo.
Yeah, sorry.
In a split second, Krillin realizes his student is about to use the Solar Flare.
Who
Which is
taught him
more
that?
embarrassing to our bald hero than probably anyone else.
Wait. You got me with the
More
freaking solar
embarrassing to
flare.
our
How does
bald
he
hero than
know?
probably anyone else.
How does he know the solar flare? Tien's dead. If Krillin didn't teach him it, who did? Damn.
And now that a certain technique of Goten's has a name.
The Goten attack. What was it? Killer Blast? That's lame.
Hit head on by the boy's Killer Blast.
That's
The warrior
lame.
coughs, he's lost. Goten bellows out with laughter, to a 9.5-year-old no less. He told him he was going to win this time. Now it's game over. But his master is merely kidding.
Yes, sir.
Returning to his maximum Kaioken state,
Damn, fuck
can't
Goten
believe
being
he
the
still has
protagonist.
enough
Krillin's
left in him
fucking
to power back up
main
like
character in
this.
this bitch. What are we, times 30? Ooh, big barrage. Ooh, Krillin just deflects all those. Headbutt. Falls up right behind him. Kicks his ass down. Damn. Yo, Krillin, he's 9-year-old. Let him win. What the fuck? Yo, chill out. Don't let me hop for what? Damn. Good thing that wasn't full
Smoke
power.
settling. Krillin goes to make sure his pupil is okay. Who appears fine, though the same can't be
Could have
said
killed
about his
Goten
pride.
then.
But his master urges he look at him, referring to how battle-worn they are. The boy cuts him off. He admits Krillin is super strong, but swears this will be the last time that he loses. His teacher offers a few words of encouragement. He reminds it's his birthday in 2 weeks. He hasn't forgotten that he promised to buy him a new video game, right?
Aw.
He laughs at his dual-track mind. The kid does know what he wants. As promised, he will get him his game.
Let's
also,
go.
they're going somewhere really special.
We're getting Mario
For
Kart
now,
World.
It's time to go home.
Yo, see? Hold on.
Also, they're going somewhere really special. For now.
What is happening here?
Now, it's time to go home. Reaching out, he asks again if he's okay, and has at least enough so to fly on his own.
Damn, he looks fucked up.
The pair soon stop by a cliff overlooking the city. The child exudes he's never been so tired from flying before, which is normal. His body went through a lot today.
You don't got no
After
ki
all,
left.
It is the first time he's fought at such intensity.
Tapped
Hence
out.
the reason for resting here a bit. He then prompts him to look at the city below. It's called Blue City. Krillin himself was born in a nearby town. 10 years ago, it was destroyed by Cell. He and the survivors worked hard to rebuild it.
Oh.
Speaking of which, his pupil has a question. If Cell was here, does he think they'd have a chance of beating him? But no, not in the slightest. They wouldn't even last a minute. This surprises Goten, figuring it wouldn't be that lopsided.
He's probably gonna be
Cell
stronger
really
when he
strong,
comes
or are
back,
they
'cause he's
just
probably
that
absorbing
bad?
people out in
This makes
space and
Krillin
shit.
laugh. They're not that bad. Actually, with Goten's power, he thinks he could have gone toe-to-toe with Frieza.
Oh, yeah.
But Cell is a real monster. They never face such a powerful foe. But the child states he's not afraid. Krillin will see. He will surpass him and be the one to defeat him. Another year passes. Goten questions what special place they're going to this time. His senior reveals it to be Kami's lookout. And by Kami, meaning God. The sheer utterance of this location has his attention. Krillin explains it's a sacred sanctuary where the god of
Bro's
Earth
about to
overlooks
meet
the planet.
God.
His name is Dende. He's an Namekian
I forgot
just
it's like a
Piccolo.
thing that means
But a
God.
god. He must be pretty strong, but asks why his mentor never mentioned him before.
Not really.
But he kind of did.
God's actually
He already told him
particularly
about
weak.
Kami, who was one with
In
Piccolo.
Dragon Ball,
Dende
sorry.
is the one who took over in his place.
This
He's
god.
no warrior, but he possesses great magical abilities, which does ring a bell with Goten. Krillin wants to ask for permission to use the Room of Spirit and Time for a bit. It's a place of total emptiness where a single day on Earth lasts an entire year in there. It's the perfect location to train.
I'm surprised we
His
haven't
pupil
done that
can't
yet.
believe such a place even exists.
Oh wait, Goten
It's
probably
there
isn't
where
old
Goku
enough.
and Gohan trained for the Cell
Oh wait,
games.
no.
He himself used it for 6 months to
Trunks
master the
and
Kaioken.
Goten did
It's
it when they were
really
like
tough
7
to
and
get
8.
accustomed to the atmosphere there, as you'll see. But Goten only rolls his eyes yet again. If Krillin did it, it'll be a piece of cake for him. Arriving at Korin's tower,
He's a little
he
dick, but he's
explains how
always
they need to fly
downplaying
to the
Krillin,
very
even
top
though
of
like
it.
he's beat his ass like twice now.
Passing the first temple, Goten wonders if they've arrived, but it's told to him that's where Master Korin lives. A long time ago, Master Roshi was trained by him. After that, Goku was too. Shouting out to the aforementioned and Yajirobe, the pair are shocked to see the sight before them. While the boy wonders if Korin is the cat or the fatty, Korin cannot but bulk at the kid with Krillin. He could swear it was Goku. Soon after, they would arrive at the lookout. Greeting Dende and Popo. The Namek inquires how he's been. It's been a long time.
Hello,
He explains how he
Dende.
thought he might want to meet Goku's son, but cutting him off, Dende blurts out, "You're Goten, right?" Which is strange, as he shouldn't know his name yet. But Popo
Well.
reminds they are talking to the god of Earth, who tells how he's been watching
Dang,
over Goten since he was a baby.
Dende looks fucking tired.
He had also seen
Bro
the
been
two of them
answering prayers
training
all
some
day.
time ago, calling them both incredible warriors. Krillin forgot he could see such things from the lookout, figuring there goes the surprise. But yeah, they've been training hard for years now. Naturally, he also knows they've come to use the Room of Spirit and Time. It's all theirs.
Thank you,
Quick and
Dende.
easy, they thank the Guardian. With that out of the way, Popo goes to lead him to the room. Since the god of Earth knew they were coming, he already prepared everything for their stay inside. Which brings
Alright.
Dende to question how long they do plan on staying in there.
Sorry
There
about
should
that.
be enough provisions for up to 2 years. Krillin assures that'll be more than plenty. They should only be in there a year this time. Without any senzu, staying in any longer could get a bit dangerous. when something catches everyone's attention. Bulma!
Oh, I
She
couldn't tell
catches
from
everyone's attention.
this. I didn't know that was Bulma. Thank you for telling me.
Bulma!
There we go.
She jokes Krillin looks as if he's seen a ghost, but he just didn't expect to see her here. It's been like 10 years. And she knows it probably does feel a bit sudden after so long. She just felt it was time to come see him. As the image of young Goten catches her eye. For what reason has Bulma traveled to Kami's lookout? And how much progress will be made by the two warriors upon entering the room
guess we'll
of
find out
Spirit
next
and
time. Alright. Why is BBC so powerful?
Last time on Dragon Ball.
I don't know. These are questions that we must ask ourselves every day that we live. Alright, well, so far, I'm not a big fan of this. The concept is cool. Some of the execution is very bad. Some of the art is just throwing me off. I don't know if it's AI or not. Or maybe, like I said, just fast detailing to get to the cool shit like this shit, because this shit does look cool. The fights look good. So yeah. Thank you, Rafa. We appreciate your sharing of this information, Rafa. Should we do one more? Ugh. Oh, what do you think? One more? I might call it there unless we want to do one more. What is the next? How long is the next one? 13 minutes. What if Goku went Super Saiyan Kaioken Blue times 20 versus Jiren? I don't fucking know. He did. What do you mean, what if? He's done that. Didn't he?
His father blurted out his first after,
Alright, we'll do
after
one more.
nearly a decade of silence. After laying eyes on Goten for the first time, Bulma rushes over to him in a less than modest first impression. She's amazed.
Actually, nah, we'll save it. 3 is perfect. Yeah, we'll do 3, 3, 3, 3. And then maybe we'll do 4 here and then if we want to go longer. So yeah. Like I already said my thoughts mid. If I said any like condensed version of what I said, mid. I can't really think of anything that's like tipping it up for me. Can we watch the Moro arc? Bro. What? Nothing leading into it, just the Moro arc by itself? Probably not. Maybe I'll like do like a read through of the manga with y'all. I don't know. Eventually, sure. We'll check out the Moro arc and Granola arc and the Hero arc, but for now we're doing New Hope. The fan manga. A video on the Moro. Alright, bro. Alright, we'll just do one more, fuck it.
After nearly a decade of silence. After laying eyes on Goten for the first time, Bulma rushes over to him in a less than modest first impression.
What'd she
She's
say?
amazed by the incredible resemblance between him and
Says
his
she's
father.
been watching him through
Blurting
the
out, he didn't
drones?
show that much
Alright,
through the
weirdo.
drones. But face to face, they're more similar than she could have imagined. Finally becoming self-aware, Bulma
You know the
apologizes for
summaries,
being rude
please?
and introduces
No one
herself
into New Hope.
properly.
Hey, if you
Goten
don't want to
says
watch
it's nice to meet her.
my friend,
His mom,
you can go
Krillin,
watch
and
something
Grandpa
else,
Roshi has
respectfully.
told him a lot about her. That's when she spots Dende and Popo.
because I'm not
Turning their
watching the
direction
Moro
to
arc
greet
summary
them.
right now.
That drone comment doesn't escape Krillin. He questions how she learned of his existence and how she's been watching him. She explains that when she first fixed 16 for the Cell games, she had the surprise of finding all of Jiro's research notes in his database. She then upgraded the spy drones by giving them the same tech Frieza and the Saiyans had.
Alright,
That way, she
Bulma,
could
you're
detect
doing
power
illegal shit
signatures.
at that
She
point.
sent them across the Earth and all throughout the solar
watched
system.
For You, Not
4
New
years
Hope.
ago, Near Mount
I
Hauser,
appreciate that,
they
Rafa,
detected an
but
abnormally large power surge for a couple seconds.
I
Imagine her surprise when she got there.
we're kind of in the middle of something. Like, I do want to watch something for you, but maybe next time. Is that fair? Maybe next time, because I'm only doing one more anything, and this is like 10 minutes left. I'm gonna just finish this New Hope episode. You are more interesting. I appreciate that, brother, but you're more interesting than me.
There to find out Goku had another son. That's how she's been able to keep an eye on him all these years. Krillin exclaims that's pretty impressive. But then again, she is the greatest scientific mind in the world. He shouldn't be so surprised by the things she comes up with. He himself is still wondering why he didn't feel Goten turn Super Saiyan the first time he did it. Though the boy quips, that's easy to understand. The first time he transformed, it was morning.
The VOD might get views. The video might get views.
Time zones,
you know,
it would have been nighttime on Grandpa Roshi's island. In other words, our bald hero was sleeping. He admits he is a pretty heavy sleeper. Bulma kind of jokes, but really doesn't, that Goten is already smarter than his old man was. Moving forward, Bulma remembers she brought them armor like the ones Goku and Gohan used to train. These new ones are a lot more resistant to damage, and she also changed the blue material to black for style points.
Tier 3 Bulma armor, let's see it.
Releasing a capsule, she tells Krillin based off her data
Dude, they've
from the
got
last training
Krillin's
session,
designed down way
appears
better
he's
than the
reached a
first
higher
like
power
2
than the
parts.
one
It looks
Frieza
weird
had
at
when he came
first.
to Earth, calling his progress amazing.
Sad face, I'm sorry,
Retrieving
Rafa.
the new armor,
Next
Krillin
time,
shorts
I
these
promise.
variants are even lighter than the type he wore on Namek. Goten just thinks they look cool. He thanks Bulma again and asks Goten if he's
Dang,
ready
these
to
do
go
look
train.
badass.
But these uniforms, seeing them dressed like this brings back some
It
bad
looks like that
train.
what if like Goku was evil in that video.
But these uniforms, seeing them dressed like this brings back some bad memories for the scientist. Krillin actually feels the same. The last time the two of them saw each other.
Yeah, maybe
was
we
here
could
when
wish
they tried
back
to
that
wish their
baby
friends
by
back to
now,
life.
or you know,
Though it's better
anyone
they don't
else.
dwell in the past. They thought it was the best choice to make. But Goten scoffs they chose the coward's choice. Losing is cool. His mentor shouts for him to shut up and he told him to stop saying that.
Why are we
But
arguing?
doubling down. He's tired of hearing everyone say they were these great heroes when it's not true. Real heroes would have been wanted to be wished back to life to kill Cell. Instead, they chose to abandon everyone.
I ain't gonna lie.
After a short silence,
You kinda cooking.
Bulma chuckles at the boy-ass character, definitely getting it from his mom. She knows how he feels. It took a while for her to accept their decision as well. But
I
he should
don't
know
accept it.
they
It's
were
bullshit.
the greatest warriors to ever walk the earth, urging him to go train and become the best of them. Who promises to do just that.
Okay, Goten's bipolar.
As the pair enter the room of spirit and time, Goten lays eyes on the void for the first time. Before safely assuming there are no video games in a place like this. To break through their limits,
I don't even think
our
there's
two warriors
electricity.
began their intense training. Hope was blooming once again.
Ah, you said it. You said the thing.
Knocking Krillin down, his student asks if he's tired already. He smirks. Barely a month has passed, and the kid is already the better of him. But you
Okay.
can tell he's
Dude,
holding
we're
back.
skipping time
To
like
keep
crazy in
training
this
with him
bitch.
would hinder his progression, so he needs Goten to continue by himself.
Ain't no slice of
This
life, ain't no
confuses the
world
child.
building. We're
He
training,
questions what he's
skipping
talking
time.
about.
Training,
The
skipping
senior
time.
explains he's taught him everything he knows about martial arts. He also thinks he himself has peaked as a warrior. From now on, Goten will need to start working towards what's after Super Saiyan.
Yes, sir.
Several months pass. Breaking through Super Saiyan, Krillin rushes over to him, but Goten grunts he can go even further beyond.
Grade 2? Yo, more tracing? Come on. Come on.
Hitting his bulk form. His teacher tells him that's great and to
His
now focus
bulk
is
form.
key.
I think it's
The boy
called
falls
grade
out
2.
of the transformation almost instantly. It's too powerful for him to handle right
Or
now.
grade 3?
Krillin
it's grade
admits
3.
that is a strong form, but it's
If
useless
Goku didn't
against
die, no
Cell.
Super Saiyan
Future
3.
Trunks tried it
Thoughts
too,
on
to
Seth
no
the
avail.
programmer.
It's probably the first step every
He's
Saiyan
cool.
has to go through to break the limits of Super Saiyan. The good news is he's on the right path. He tells how his father and brother chose to stay in Super Saiyan 24/7 to master it fully. That
Why
way,
is this
they can take
manga
advantage of
copying
it during
Goku
battle.
in the Rosette?
When the pair weren't training,
What is
the
Rosette?
mistakes of the past were
Maybe
told.
I'm not a.
From
Maybe I'm a
Vegeta's
fake
hubris,
fan.
to Trunks' overestimation of the aforementioned form. Eventually, the two would emerge back to the regular world. Popo alerts the others what's going on. Walking out, Goten exhales. It feels so good to see something other than emptiness.
More
Krillin
tracing.
also feels it's about time they got out of there. Then expresses his surprise to see Bulma hasn't left. Welcoming them back, Dende states they must be hungry. Surely they'd like something to eat. Which sounds great. It'd be wonderful to have a proper meal after a year of preserved food. While the warriors get their grub on, Bulma inquires how their training went, curious if they made any progress. Though Krillin, not so much.
Is this
Goten,
another
on the other hand, has
tracing?
improved
Oh my
tremendously.
god, hold on.
Who again, just like his dad, excitedly scarfs down his meal before thanking Dende and Popo.
Room
Changing
of
back
Spirit
into the
and Time.
regular
Why is
clothes,
manga
Dende
copy
notices
Goku in
Goten has
Room of
gotten a
Spirit
bit
and
taller since
Time?
going into the room,
I think everyone
offering
just
to make
goes
him a
in
new
there.
gi. Harnessing the power of the clothes beam,
Oh, you're talking about the
Goten
tracing
explains his
panels?
new clothes fit perfectly. Dende's powers are amazing.
Because they did,
It's
Why is manga literally copying Goku and Go on it?
yeah, when he was doing the grade 3 shit, yeah. I noticed the same thing.
Krillin. He forgot to tell Chi-Chi about training in the hyperbolic time chamber.
I was like, wait a
She's gonna
second,
be
that's
so
just-
mad at him.
that's
Goten
just
hadn't thought about that either.
Goku's-
He's starting high
what?
school soon. Possibly junior high school. And Alaska's age. Legally, he's 10, but after spending a year in another dimension. Bulma has a simple solution. Only one day has passed out here, so while he may technically be 11, on paper he's still 10. With this,
Oof.
Bulma goes to leave.
weird
but first
gray
has a
line.
little gift for the child. A set of fighting armor and a gravity room. His dad and Vegeta used it a lot for their training. They'll likely be of great use to him too.
Okay.
Thanking her, he also offers gratitude
Portable
for
training
Danny and
gear.
Popo
Let's
for
go.
everything. He'll come back to see him and train some more. Asking if he's ready. The duo head to below the
Bro, this
tower to
manga
see
is
Master
ridiculous.
Gordon for a bit. Since they never stopped to say hi before,
It's-
he figured it would be right for Goten
It's
to
going
introduce
from
himself.
mid for me to kind
Oh,
of like,
seeing the resemblance to Goku up
kind of
close.
bad.
The duo have a similar reaction to the other day.
They're changing a lot of the
Training
characters.
with Krillin
The
complete,
art is very
Goten offers an
inconsistent
extended
where it's
farewell
traced.
To his first great
Um,
teacher. Who else
I
will
can't
come
think of
around to
anything that
mentor
really,
him
like,
into becoming the
blew
greatest
me
warrior
away
the
yet,
Earth has
even.
ever seen?
Like,
and what does the future
Dragon Ball
still
AF
hold?
was way more enjoyable in my
Arriving
opinion
home,
for the first 4 parts.
Chi-Chi gets some unfortunate
They
blonde
killed Pan
flashbacks.
in that bitch. That's,
Chasing him out of the house,
that's
she
some
demands
crazy
he turn
shit.
his hair back to black this instant. Later that year, Goten would begin attending public school. While still a bit young for the typical high school student, this could be attributed to the world changing since the devastation caused by Cell. In a classroom, reminiscent of the one Gohan would attend in another reality, an instructor announces to his class they'll be welcoming a new student today, asking Goten, was it, to please enter the room.
What are these people? Like, what are you? Sir, are you okay?
He coyly confirms that is his name, and it's nice to
Ooh.
meet him. Getting down to business, he tells the child to take a seat.
Yo, this school
Looking
suit?
around,
Looking
he initially
drippy.
struggles to find an open spot, but someone near the back calls out to him. She points out how obvious it is he's new around here. No one wears those uniforms. She asks where he's from, telling he's from the
Well,
439
his
East
uniform
District.
looks good.
His new peer can't believe it. That's more than 1,000 kilometers away. Realizing he let a bit too much slip, not wanting to draw attention, he can
Another tracing? Okay.
fly at Mach 9,000. He tries to explain this away by claiming his mom has a state-of-the-art 576
Whatever.
jet. Overhearing this ruckus, the teacher demands silence from the two in the back. But even with a jet, it would still take at least 5 hours round trip, muttering he's weird. A couple hours later, he finds himself outside on the baseball diamond. His turn to bat, he rushes to the plate.
Now we're just
The pitcher
copying
takes note of his
Gohan.
novice stance, mocking him for looking what he calls dumb. He bets this is the first time he's ever even played baseball. Chortling, let's see what you got, new boy. As we know, Goten doesn't take taunting well. And the fact that he knows this kid has already been held back a grade twice doesn't make him feel any better. But to be fair, this
What does
is
that have to
his
do
first
with
time he's ever
anything?
played baseball. At the same time, he knows he has to keep his powers concealed. His mom told him to lay low and avoid attention. As the bully quips, what's with that hair anyway? Was his dad a porcupine or something?
Good one, buddy. Yeah,
Sending
same
the ball
thing.
into orbit. Goten
Crazy.
warns the next time he wants to
Yeah,
make
this
fun of
is
he
silly.
or his family, he'll be
Forever.
launching him into space with a stupid
Bro.
ball. With the message well received,
Anime
understandably,
questions,
nobody
video
really
game
knows
questions.
what to say about this.
No,
Arriving
none of
home
that,
night,
please.
his mother questions how his first day of school went. He sheepishly claims he just kept to himself like she asked him to. Across the world, at Kame House, Krillin stands at the shoreline staring into nothingness. Stepping out, Roshi states months have passed, and he still seems just as worried when he first returned from the lookout.
Nice dress
Bluntly
shirt,
asking his former
Roshi.
student what's wrong. Though he says it's nothing, he's simply having trouble sleeping. But the Turtle Hermit reminds Krillin has never been a good liar. Caught, he figures he can never hide anything from him anyway. He's come to realize
Politics
over
more
the years
interesting
he's
than
reached
this
his
manga
limits. But to
knockoff.
see
Alright.
Goten progress so quickly in the room,
While that
and
may
not to
be
able
true,
to help him grow has frustrated
let's
him
at
to
least-
no end.
let's
Goten's
finish this
without
out.
a
We're
doubt
very
better than
close.
Gohan and Goku were, but the
I'm
lack
not
of a
gonna
training
do all
partner
that.
at his skill level will be a hindrance in his journey to reach new heights. The old man tells him to stop underestimating himself. He remembers when he first came here, unable to even
Alright,
land on
this-
his feet after jumping from his boat. And now he's playing on the same court as Super
What are we
Saiyans.
doing here? Get
His
back
quest
to
for
Goten.
power
He's
is
the main
great,
character
as an
now. That's all
Earthling
I
that
want to
reached
see.
his peak. He's afraid he very well may have hit an unbreakable wall. Though he also feels Krillin already
ain't
has
true.
something in mind to remedy this.
You
That's
fought
true.
Goku Super
His master
Saiyan in
asks
the
what that
manga
is,
or in
a
the
special
anime
kind
of
training
Super.
or something,
You
which
got
is only partially
way
true.
bigger ceiling to hit.
A while later, at Capsule Corp, Krillin just lets himself inside, almost forgetting just how big Bulma's house is.
Alright, bro.
Knowing it won't be
Where's
easy to find her,
Gohan?
he resolves
Bro.
to search for a key.
Get this, he's
Finding
dead.
He stumbles
Cell
upon her
killed
working on the
Gohan,
time machine, both
Vegeta,
mutually shocked for
Piccolo,
different reasons.
A bunch of different cities, like, you know, all like with the West City and shit that he was just destroying. Like all of our main Z fighters, Trunks the baby Trunks, are all dead and just in heaven and haven't been wished back because Goku said no. Alright.
He questions if she plans on going back to the past. Starting at the beginning, she explains how this was the time machine Trunks brought from the future. For now, time is proving their friends right. But if Cell ever comes back, she's the one who will go back in time to prevent this disaster.
Yeah, kill
Though
baby
he feels pretty
Cell.
confident there will be no need. They have Goten now. Calling him an idiot. At the lookout, he told her he was still far from Gohan's level. Now that he's in school, he's got a lot more to worry about than to train for some monster he's never even seen before. He only knows peace, and it's normal that he
Bulma
wants to
kinda
live a
right.
normal life. He knows, and that's the
So
reason
Cells
he's come
kills
here
everyone,
today.
but Earth is
Still
She will
there?
probably
Yeah.
refuse, but he needs her help.
This is what Goku said not to.
What could Krillin's
everyone being
request
revived.
be?
Yeah, they like
Does
hold
it
on.
have
There's a
anything
few
to do with the
seconds
time
left.
machine? Or is there something else he believes Bulma can help with to push him past his own limits?
Okay, Blood Waves for Krillin? I don't know. That wouldn't do anything. Anyway, yeah, so Cell killed everyone, and instead of just doing what he said he was gonna do, they changed it from Cell's character to where he was just like, yeah, I'm too perfect now. I'd rather not waste my energy on destroying Earth. I'm going to go destroy galaxies for whatever fucking reason. So he's doing that right now, apparently. And everyone who's dead in heaven, everyone who died is just chilling up there because Goku said not to bring them back for some reason. Because that'd be a bad thing because Cell would sense their energy and be like, oh shit, they're back. Like, then just wish back everyone else but the strong people then. None of this makes sense. I'm not gonna lie. Not sure how I feel so far. I mean, I am sure. Like I said, it went from mid to kind of like not the best in my opinion. Like I said, cool concept, kind of bad execution, changing too many characters. The art is really fucking with me a lot. I don't know if it's real or not. This manga has horrendous writing. How has Gohan even died? He was way stronger than Cell. Yeah, so they made him like depressed. Same with Vegeta when they were pulling up on Cell when they were doing the Kamehameha showdown at the end. This Gohan was just depressed, so he lost. He just died, got obliterated. Vegeta was also depressed, so he didn't come in with the assist and do anything like that. He also just died. Because everyone's depressed in this fucking manga for some reason. I don't get it, but it's apparently the theme. I don't know. Goten's like bipolar, annoying. Kind of worse, honestly. I like regular Goten more than this Goten, if I'm being honest. But yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and leave it there for now. I gotta go IRL. So next time we'll go ahead and pick back up on part 5. Maybe we'll look at a Moro arc summary for you, Rafa. But I kind of want to do, if we're doing the Moro arc summary, I kind of want to do just a full thing through and through. So I'll look into that. But yeah, for now, thank you for tuning in who did, and I'll catch y'all later.